Sorry for my late upload. I have not been managing my time very well lately. Um, Been stressed a bit about the election and such. Um, we'll just have to see what happens. Um, but something I've been thinking about a lot lately, and this goes in phases. I'm sure everyone goes through this, but it's one of those things where it's just a constantly looking back and going, wow, I was so fortunate in that scenario. Wow, I'm so lucky things didn't go just a tiny bit different. Just, I guess I'm not really saying much, but it just, I've made some stupid decisions, man. I've made some really stupid decisions. And, we learn from our mistakes, but it just, just so much of how could I have thought that? How could I have thought that? And I really, some things they're just too embarrassing of things to have thought, to admit. They're things you don't admit to anyone, All those kinds of things. But I feel so fortunate. I have been so incredibly fortunate. And it's so easy to look back and go, God, I was so stupid. God, I was so stupid. Most of it is just, I just didn't know. But I look back sometimes, and this is what I sometimes think, if I had not been raised under the conditions that I was raised in the scenarios that I was raised in, would I have, had I, the lucky parts of the way that I was raised, because I often talk about the negative parts, but the lucky parts, the fortunate parts of the way that I was raised, if I wouldn't have had those things, would I still be alive? Or would I have made of a decision that was so stupid, I guess what I'm really trying to say, I just wonder if I would have, maybe genetically, there were just in some of the things that allow us to survive, would I have made it? I have a lot of intelligence in certain areas. I also, from an assortment of things about my past, I tend to be very creative in my thinking, in my ways of approaching a problem, or at least it was easier to be a bit more independent in my approach before everything got so polarized. And I'll fully admit to being part of that polarization, I'm scared. That's what it boils down to. I'm scared. I'm terrified for our future. Primarily on a social front. It's really weird. It's weird to me when people will say there's no difference between the parties. It's like, well, social things matter. Oh, not really. Not really in the long run. No, social things matter. you know? Yes, it's the way people feel does matter. It does matter. Feelings do matter. You don't make them the most important thing, That's stupid. That's asinine. That's idiocy. You don't make them the most important thing. Okay, but they matter. They're part of the picture. You can't subtract them from the picture. It's an irritant for me when people try to declare that feelings don't matter. Well, no, they do, but you have to put them in context, and you can't make them, the number one thing. So, I guess I don't know where I'm going. I'm sorry for this late upload. I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to get an upload in at all. But I'm late. It's already went into the next day, so I apologize for that.